From acquisition to conviction, today's episode of Hamster News has a full wheel of stories. Join us as we dive into an all-time high, OpenAI's latest acquisition, the results of the CEO of SafeMoon's trial, and more! Starting off strong, Bitcoin hit a new record which exceeded the coin's last all-time high in January when American President Donald Trump was inaugurated. The new $111,861 valuation, current at the time of production of this episode, is now being linked to factors including softer US inflation and lessening America-China tensions, among other happenings.
Good news, everyone!
At the same time, in its biggest acquisition to date, OpenAI is buying IO, a hardware startup founded by highly famous Apple designer Sir Johnny Ive for $6.4 billion. Ive, who is likely best known for being the key architect of the iPhone, will take on major design and creative responsibilities at OpenAI in a partnership that has been 2 years in the making. The gavel comes down in New York as a jury finds former SafeMoon CEO Braden John Carney guilty of 3 felony charges: conspiracy to defraud the US, money laundering, and wire fraud. Justice came quick as the verdict was made after just a 2-week trial and less than a day of jury deliberation.
Okay.
The crackdown continues as the US SEC files a lawsuit against Unicoin and 3 of its execs. The SEC alleges Unicoin misled investors about its finances, overstating its runway and falsely claiming its tokens were SEC registered. Oh, yikes! In a more positive twist, the Texas House of Representatives passed the SB 21 bill to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve for the state. The bill passed with a 101-42 vote and now goes to Governor Greg Abbott for approval or veto. This means, if signed, the Texas comptroller could establish the reserve and invest in select cryptos.
Interesting.
That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and remember, hamsters have power. Hey, hamsters! Musk's vision might be cooking up fast, while Trump's pricey plates keep dodging the backlash. All this and more in today's episode of Hamster News, where the tea is hot and the wheel never stops turning. The Everything app is one step closer to getting, well, everything. After sharing initial plans to integrate payments into X back in October 2022, X Money, the payment and banking app from Elon Musk, has been confirmed to have entered its beta testing phase. Musk confirmed sharing the app would be launching soon. U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson brushed off concerns about Donald Trump's lavish dinner, which took place on Friday for the top holders of his meme coin. Criticism of the event stemmed from the potential of influence buying. Meanwhile, in the tech hardware arena, Nvidia is set to launch a Blackwell AI chip for China in response to US export restrictions. This new chip will be priced significantly lower than the restricted H20 model, with mass production expected to begin as early as June. Happy summer!
Very interesting.
Tariff talks continue as the EU makes the decision to speed up trade talks with the United States to hopefully avoid a full-out transatlantic trade war. The decision comes after President Trump's previous decision to extend the deadline for imposing 50% tariffs on the EU until July 9th. Taking it full circle, Dubai is making its own moves with the launch of the region's first licensed tokenized real estate project, highlighting an increased interest in real-world asset tokenization. The project has backing by some pretty major institutions, including the Dubai Land Department, the UAE Central Bank, and the Dubai Future Foundation, to name drop a few.
Nice.
That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and remember, hamsters have power. One for all and all for one. Bye!